YouTube? Topaz Jason, and I got a pretty good show lined up for you today, man. First, we're going to jump into the news in which David Banner made it. Then we're going to jump into this Gunplay album. Then we're going to jump into an article from downloadpaz.com. But before then, listen to a brief instrumental from underground producer Corey Beats. So David Banner came out saying that he's suing Young Money and such, man, for lack of royalties from his La La joint that he dropped with him and that Pussy Monster. And you know what? This just comes off as Lil Wayne being the abused child that grows up to abuse all of his children type shit. Like, how the fuck is you gonna be begging for these motherfucking royalties and suing for that shit and you ain't paying nobody no royalties yourself? But anyway, on to today's album review. And today's album review is to that Gunplay Living Legend. And you know what? As I listen to it, I'm like, why is it that I feel like I'm listening to a Meek Mill album? Because they are two completely different artists and such, but the formula that they're using, man, damn fucking similar, folks. Same types of maybach music joints, like some highly energized type production and such. And then it's on some street shit. Now, Gunplay is way more gangster than Meek Mill is gangster, but yet you can see the same formula these guys are working, so the music kind of sounds the fucking same. And this is one issue that I have with maybach music, man, because they continue to sign artists that are similar to each other, even though Gunplay been on the label for quite some time. If I was maybach music, man, I would only get artists that would be completely different from each other, but yet because they bring in separate fan bases, it brings the label to a higher level and such, man. Like, I would keep Meek Mill, I would keep Wale, you gotta keep Rick Ross, I guess. But then I would have had gone on and got Nipsey Hussle and shit, who still can be signed. Then I would have got Troy Ave too, because they had potential to get these people. Like, that would bring a West Coast and a New York audience to your label to make your label more well-rounded instead of grabbing some dudes that kind of sound the same. But even with this, man, this Gunplay album is pretty damn solid, man. Some good joints on here that I fuck with that. Dog Days, Lead a Game, Chain Smoking was aight as well, you did. Quite honestly, I like Gunplay's real shit where he's talking about some actual issues that he's going through over just his random gangster shit. But that's just my own personal preference. Overall, man, a decent album, some solid production, man. Overall, I give that joint like a 7 out of 10. And I recommend people to go ahead and peep it on out. But anyway, on to today's article from downloadpaz.com. And today's article is about Meek Mill being upset about tweets and such, man. And this is one thing people need to understand, because I'm going to break down the math of it. Because why the fuck would anybody be mad that you're not retweeting anything and such? Because on the outside looking in, you be like, oh, Drake got 24 million followers and such, so if he tweets out my album and such, man, then I can get a bigger fan base. Not how it works. I mean, let's look at the last album that he tweeted out and such, which was that Future Dirty Sprite 2, in which what he actually got back from that was like 8.8 thousand retweets and about 9,000 damn favorites and such, man. Not very much. Now, Future sold in the first week 187,000 units. How many of those 8.8 thousand damn retweets do you think actually factored into those sales? A good rule of thumb when you're doing this type of shit, you kind of look at maybe 10%, but that shit is fucking generous. But let's be generous and give it 10%. So only 880 people bought that damn Future album because Drake tweeted that shit out. So this is all what Meek Mill is bitching about when he sold over 237, I think, thousand units, 800 possible damn units he could have got. So that's really why he comes off as childish and shit, you dig? Because deep down, he just had ill-seated feelings towards Drake anyway. He just needed a reason to have it, and this being the most bullshit ass reason that he could come up with is the one that he's running with. I hope you enjoyed the show. You can follow me at Twitter up there, and you can go to downloadpaz.com, that's down there, to read today's article.